this Peruvian bark. Never use Peruvian bark, and Christopher has it in his book. Someone asked me, about herbal schools, and I do recommend you go to herbal schools. I think the East-West Herbal School, I never attended Michael Cara's school, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. Dr. Christopher has a great herb school. You did reference Dominion. I did graduate from Dominion. Great school. Difficult, but great school. Emerson, another Canadian school, very good school, makes you think. I love these schools. The Canadian schools are the greatest, I think, in terms of making you learn what it is, but then Christopher's good. There's plenty of European schools. I've never taken the Australian course. What's her name that she makes the nice face cream? She's got I've done her work, I just never sent it in. I probably took about 15 different courses in different schools, just because I wanted to learn as much as I could about botanicals, and I think that would be a worthy pursuit for you at helping people, but get an herbal degree. People seem to like some kind of piece of paper on the wall. I used to say, if I have my wall lined with degrees, people will believe me then. So I studied. I had degrees everywhere, all over my walls. And then I got I went, my spiritual side came in and and I went and tore them all up. Thank God I got most of them back. But, because people, states, and like, oh, look, what, you don't know anything. That's the problem. We feel like we have to be some intellectual wizard to know these things, and it's not true. This is why I don't promote too much intellectualism, because you'll just breed confusion. Been there, done that. And that's why I try to teach you, don't waste your time. Enjoy the now, be happy, help others. That's where we are in our society right now. And we learn how easy it is to heal people. Maybe this financial side will really take a big break. And all the good nurses out there can get involved here and become good practitioners, because, we have a lot of great nurses out there that do not like the use of chemical medications. There's a holistic nurses association up here in Sarasota, 200 or 300 strong. I love those guys, and so this is the most logical direction that anyone has that has a loving heart to help people, because we don't hurt anybody. At least we don't try to. Yeah, you're going to be sensitive. You're talking about your gallbladder too. I want you to always remember this word, guys. And I coined this word. I think it's a great word. And it's interstitial lymphatic constipation. I said that to some lady yesterday. She said, I don't have constipation. And she wasn't listening. Interstitial lymphatic constipation. Interstitial means around the cells. Lymphatic, that's 3/4 of that fluid that runs around the cells. Constipation means I'm not moving anything. So that's what we're facing in the liver, in the gallbladder, in the bowel. And when you see that backing up, it backs up from head to toe. So it's going to take you a while to work through these things. That's why I'm more pedal to the metal than I am sitting back and twiddling my thumbs, because we have, people with, I'd say 80% of our clientele are cancer people. People that have nowhere else to go. They've been released. They're terminal. Blah, 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 blah. And so I'm pedal to the metal. I just don't have any speed, but let's go. I don't know. But you can slow down. Those that are not terminal and those that don't have cancer and stuff are so acidic they're burning themselves up very rapidly, which is what cancer is. Basically, the RA guy, you really want to really hit it and stay raw. And there's a big difference between 100% raw and 90, 80, a big difference. And you can tell that. And you can experiment on yourselves. Eat 100% raw for a couple weeks and then just go have a cooked meal. You really can feel the difference. Well, that difference also is in healing. And so, just important to think that. So it might take you a while to work this out. I use 2 kidney formulas again. I use 2 lymphatic formulas. And I make one of the lymphatic formulas a capsule, so it'll work through the bowel, the intestinal area, and clean that as well lymphatically. And then I always go after the glands. Some of you might want to stay on Parasite M for a while and get the fungus out of you, and if you got moles growing on you, until they come off. If I don't get going, they probably. Let me see here. I've ever since been having a large amount of hair every day. Yeah, this lady is shredding hair. She's 21 years old and she's losing hair. I have to say that, you know, lymphatic is the biggest reason that you lose hair, not moving your lymph system properly upstairs. There's been a thought that the thyroid gland somehow contributes to hair loss, but I have to say that's probably more lymphatic in that case. I'll say this too, when you go on all raw, you might lose some hair. Remember my story about the first client I had that had no fingernails, they fell off? Sometimes when you go all on raw, your weaker cells are going to be terminated, and you're going to grow in new strong ones. So you have to look at that in detox, that type of thing. So I would just pursue that. If you want to help that, I have an upper circulation formula, and someone was reporting in here the other day that now they're getting hair growing all over their head. This is what health is. When I poisoned myself with this Peruvian bark, this is high quinine, my hair went totally white as the wall, and of course I lost the ability to breathe. So I went into a semi-coma. That took me a few years to work out of that. There's no remedy to, quinine. You know, there's no antidote to quinine like there is arsenic. So it's a major neurotoxin. Remember, we talked about neurotoxins before. So each of our lives are full of all kinds of crap. Some good, some not so good. So I say we just work together. We don't judge each other, and we just keep moving down this road of getting well and happy and healthy, and we enjoy the now. Because I don't know what else there is, to be honest with you. Things are culminating, and I think your survival spiritually is going to be, don't use the mind, because that's where everything's manipulated. Governments, everybody's manipulating the mind and emotions of man. And the airways are so full. There's probably almost every channel now is full of chatter. So some people are going nuts with this. So this is why it's so important. It's pushing you to either get to yourself as soul, which is beyond the mind, or you're going to get lost and absorbed, and it could not be a fun ride. So your survival, as someone put it here, is getting to be who you are. It's getting beyond the mind into that now position, and where you can let that stuff chatter by, and you're resting in the allness of the all. And I think that's going to be the best way to survive this tremendous chatter that's going on here. Yeah, thanks, Lion Man. I tell you what, I do like that 1111 stuff. I think it's cool. I just keep seeing it all the time. Some of these other numbers you said, 144, some guy mentioned that. Yeah, and great stuff, you know, and you all are just so good. I work here, I've worked kind of outside of the spiritual, having brethren, friends that are very spiritual. We have many that come in, and it's fun to talk to a friend that's more aware. And so someone was sending me this thing talking about the Singh group. Kirpal Singh. Yeah, Paul Twitchell did study with Kirpal Singh. And after he got through with Kirpal Singh, the Ekmasters came to him. Everything's a step. And I just think that when you reach the Sat-Nam world, which I talked about in the spiritual video, which is the soul consciousness or soul plane, it doesn't matter after that. From that on, but there's a lot of worlds beyond Sat-Nam. And but I tell you, I loved all the Singh group. You know, everybody said this about Paul Twitchell or this about Kirpal Singh, or I met Darshan Singh in Tampa up here one time, or in St. Pete one time, and